Hey, it's Jay Person Jr. I play football for the Chattanooga Mocs, and you listen to the No Playbook podcast.
Hey, my name is Huff. Play basketball for Chattanooga Mocs, and you listen to the No Playbook podcast.
All right. Hey, thanks for checking out this show. It's the podcast where we talk with the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts that help to make sports and fitness such an important part of life here in the Southeast. If it's your first time checking out the show, some of my recent episodes include VFL John Fulkerson, current Lady Vols basketball standout Tess Darby, Tony Vitello, Joshua Dobbs, and of course, I always like to highlight some outstanding high school athletes from this area. Got a couple of Chattanooga high school athletes coming on the show next week. But today, talking with two athletes from UTC, Chattanooga Mocs. Jay Person Jr., first of all, is a football player from Cleveland, Tennessee. He was the preseason SoCon Defensive Player of the Year. He's having a great season, and he's got his sights set on a pro career after this season. Hoping to follow in the footsteps of Cole Strange and McClendon Curtis, two recent Chattanooga Mocs players that are now playing on Sundays in the league. By the way, if you are a Mocs football fan, I want to let you know I did have quarterback Chase Artopeous, the UCLA transfer. He was on a recent episode if you want to go find that one. From the basketball team at UTC, Honor Huff. He joins me. He recently transferred from VMI along with a coach a couple of years ago. Had to sit out last season, so he's really ready, excited to get things tipped off this season so we can show the SoCon what all he can do. Sit tight. I'll get to Jay Person Jr. right after this.
Recruit Me puts the recruiting process in your hands. Most student athletes wait for college coaches to discover them, but coaches are busy and don't always have the time to find them. Recruit Me allows you to build an online profile to share directly with college coaches and is designed to help you enter all of the information coaches want to see. Your stats, your highlight videos, your academic information, your social links, and more. Plus, our team is here to make sure that your profile stands out with personalized suggestions. With over 25,000 coaches in our database, our premium plan gives you access to D1, D2, D3, and NAIA coaches across the country, and more importantly, gives them access to you. Enter your schedule of games and tournaments to let coaches know when and where you're playing so they can come out and watch you shine. Then communicate with interested coaches via our chat feature. When it comes to recruiting, don't make coaches research you. Do the work for them. Get started today at the Recruit Me app, on the web, and in the app stores.
At D1 Training, what we do is in our name. Our D1 athletes become D1 athletes. Whether it's Los Angeles Angels pitcher Ben Joyce, high school soccer national MVP Brindley Murphy, or first-round NFL draft pick Cole Strange, we help all athletes reach their full potential. 5-star training system comes straight from D1 strength and conditioning programs, and D1 has trained over 2,000 professional athletes. Many of them started as young as 7 years old. Check out D1Training.com to learn more about their facilities in Hardin Valley and Sevierville, and coming very soon to Maryville and the Tri-Cities.
Oh, yeah, it's going good. Just got back a little bit earlier from football practice and everything. Gets by to eat here in a little bit.
Do you have classes today?
I got all my classes online this semester, so it's mostly just I got a lot of online work and videos and stuff like that.
Wow. What year are you in school?
I'm graduated already. I graduated this past May. This is my 5th year at UTC.
Yeah. So you're just like, so you still have to keep up so many hours though, so you can play football, right?
Yeah. I got, I think it's 12 maybe. I was just talking to my bars about it the other day. Pretty sure it's 12, but yeah, you still got to do classes. I mean, it's not, unless you're doing your master program, the class isn't like too bad, but it's still kind of nagging just because I graduated already. You still got to take classes.
Yeah. Do you still get, or can you take like electives?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
fun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good. You don't have to take like econ.
Yeah. I had to take econ last semester. It was like last spring semester. So it was rough. That was one of my hardest classes. That's what I tell you all the time. Econ was one of my hardest classes I had to take since I've been in college.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. That, and for whatever reason, Western Civ. Did you ever take that?
Is that like a history kind of deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take it.
That was one I studied really hard for, and I just couldn't do well.
Couldn't never get it. Yeah, see, it's some class like stats was kind of like that with me too. A lot of people say stats is easy, but I just I couldn't never really get the hang of it.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. First up, just talk about how this season's going so far for the Mocs.
Oh yeah, season going pretty good. We come out started slow, obviously. Week 1 against North Alabama. We just come out really. I won't want to say underestimated them. We just come out really. I feel like we was mentally prepared. And I mean, in the past, we've always beaten North Alabama, so I feel a bunch of guys that was in the back of their mind a little bit. And they was for North Alabama, a good football team. Actually, they had a game the week before us against Mercer, and it was a close game with them. Come down to the very end of it, so then we went into it just really. They had a game on us. Started out slow, ended up jumping on us early, and it took us a little minute to get back. So we ended up losing them, and then week 2 played Kennesaw State. We got back going and got the win over them. And then this past week, we played Citadel, which was a big win for us, first conference game. And it was 40-some. It was 48, 47-3, somewhere in there. So it was big for us. And 3 weeks in a row, us playing triple option team. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, North Alabama wasn't as strict as Kennesaw's, especially Citadel, but 3 weeks and they ran it and it wasn't as crazy as they do it. But there's been 3 weeks straight we've been doing a triple option. This week playing Sanford, they spread. So I feel like it'll be better for us to get the rush passer for us up front D line wise.
Being from your D line, your edge position, is that super hard to prepare for the triple option?
No, it's not really. It's a lot on us, like the defensive end, edge positions. Like I feel like we got to think the most, like during the whole week and the game plan and everything, because it's down block from the tackle. You got to squeeze it, spill, take the dive, take the quarterback. So it's a lot on us, and they stress it to us a lot all week, and let us know like we're a big part of like the game plan, defense going against that triple option. But I feel like I've been doing it for so long. I don't think it's as bad, but I can see how people think it get tricky.
Yeah, just watching like old Georgia Tech games, even.
Yeah,
Air Force too. Played like that.
Man, I tell all triple option teams about the same. I say it's just a bunch of running around, getting your eyes right in the right places, and just making the right fits. Really. Cause that's when you mess up. Like you get your eyes roaming around and they'll gas you for like 60 yards. Then like out of nowhere.
So did I see that you're preseason All-American?
Yeah, preseason All-American.
Yeah, that's got to be exciting, especially as you're looking to potentially, enter the draft in the spring.
Yeah, it's exciting, really. I got it last season, so obviously I want to go in this season. Do the same, get some of my same accomplishments I did last year, get all those. But preseason, I ain't really look at it too crazy because preseason, that's just a guess of what people think is gonna happen. You gotta go out there and prove it in the fall. So, but it was cool for them to say like they thought I'd be preseason All-American, all that type of deal. So it was a pretty good deal.
Yeah. How's it going with the Chase Artopeous, quarterback from UCLA?
He's been looking good. He's been looking real good. Last week I can't remember how much he threw for, but he was looking crazy. And then Kennesaw State, first game it was new to him. Everything was new to him. Him not playing really. College, I don't think he played the college down. Honestly, Coach Wright was telling me it was something like that. But him getting back into it, first game they didn't do too much with him just because they didn't really. They was trying to figure him out, see what he could do and everything that deal. So then week 2, they seen like a lot that he can do. So then they let him kind of open up and just really be himself. And it showed Kennesaw like the player he is. He did a lot on his feet, a lot in the air. So he looked good. I feel like he's gonna get way better throughout the year too. So I feel like he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I'm really excited because at D1, so we're now sponsors with Chattanooga Athletics. So before the ETSU game, we're going to be there. Actually, we got something. It's a ball. The Learfield group got us a football that's signed by the coach and a bunch of the players.
Right.
So we're going to be like giving that away, and we'll be in the stands getting to cheer for you guys. I'm looking forward just to seeing the product.
Right. Oh yeah. That's a game to come to right there. ETSU. That's always a crazy game with us. A big rival game, like they say. But That's gonna be one. That's one. That's a good one to come to.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I'm going to actually be up there in Johnson City when they play Mercer for basically the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. When they play Mercer?
The
Is that before or
7th.
after the 7th? Okay, yeah. So that's before we play them.
Mercer's pretty good though, right?
Yeah, Mercer. I mean, Mercer stout. It's a lot of teams in the SoCon stout this year. So it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna go all the way up to the end. See what happens. See how it play out, fall out here at the end of the season. Really,
Yeah, yeah. What about you specifically? Do you have like individual goals you're trying to reach this season?
individual goals. I far as the question's been asked too, but I can't really. I really haven't just no set stone individual goals. Obviously, I want to get All American deals, Defense Player of the Year, and all that I got last year. But I got that already. So I'm now that's not really just. I mean, it's a goal, but it's something that in my head I'm just like I should be getting that. But something I say that could be a goal for me. That'd be a good goal is get the Buck Buchanan Award, the Defense Player in the Nation Award. I was on the last year and I finished 7th, I think, after last season. So I just really that's like my big goal right there. I want to get and just see how that could work out because I know I was close last year, and some polls they had me up top. They had me at the top of it, and so
Wow. That's great.
yeah.
So what about beyond the season? Like football dreams? Are you, laser focused on continuing a playing career?
Yeah, that's the goal right now. After season, take a little break and then start training, get ready for the combine, everything that deal, and just everything in that, and then see how far I can go. Because I know I got football left in me. I got a lot left in me, and it's gonna be work for sure. But that's the goal right now to see how far I can get with it.
How
Until
are
I
you
got to
looking on
find.
your combine events? How are you looking with those?
What's that?
Like your combine events, have you been like working on that kind of stuff?
See, I haven't really because we're in season right now, and that's definitely not what we're training to do. Like, because that stuff isn't really what we do on the football field too much. They just want to see it out the combine, see how like fast twitch and all that, which is stuff used in football. But those drills, that's not really nothing we'll work on in practice. So it's really gonna be from that time period, probably around January to all the way up until like combine, all that April around that time or March, whenever it is.
Yeah. Well, you know, on the real, we work with folks at D1, like specifically for combine prep. So once
Right.
once you get to, January, give me a call. We'll set you up and help you out. So actually Cole Strange, you played with him.
Right. Yep.
That dude trained at D1 since he was, much younger.
Right.
So yeah. I mean, I saw him this past Christmas, after their season. I saw him here in Knoxville at the D1.
Yeah. Coming to get some work.
Yeah. I was like, who is this guy beside me? I had no idea. Like, that's what an offensive lineman looks like in the NFL now.
Yeah.
Because he looks like a tight end.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a brute. He definitely a brute, but he it's weird. I always said he always had like that little slim frame. Like he not, you know what I mean? You think of offensive line, you think like a big fat conduct, but he chiseled up. He's rocked up for sure.
Yeah. And I'm really glad to see McClendon, Curtis. Now
Yeah.
he got a start this past weekend.
Yeah. He started?
I think so.
Oh man, I didn't even tune in to it. I should have
I know he's rostered.
Yeah. I know he got signed. Seahawks signed to 53 man from the Raiders, and I'm gonna have to call him something, call at him, and then get the game on Sunday.
Yeah. He was on the podcast not long ago.
Was he?
Yeah. Good dude. Now he's from Chattanooga. You're also from the area, right?
Yeah, I'm from Cleveland, Tennessee.
What's that like being semi-local? Do you get that feel like a local guy's welcome at game day?
Yeah, I get a bunch of family and everything. I got a bunch of people come out to the games, especially home games. Not even family, just people from Cleveland. A lot of times they'll come up, and I talk to them before the game if I can. Then after the game, take pictures and everything like that. So it's definitely good being close to home. It give you like that little hometown feeling. Like, but even though I'm not from Chattanooga, it's pretty close. It's close enough to where people come up and yeah. So it's pretty smooth, especially for my family being able to come up to the games and everything as much as they can.
Yeah, that's great. What about give me a real quick Chattanooga restaurant that I got to try because I'm still learning the area.
Chattanooga, you like seafood?
Heck yeah.
Pier 88. That's what we're about to go here in a little bit. Right, we go. Yep. Pier
Right
88.
on.
Seafood. It's a seafood
Where is
spot.
that?
It's over at Hammer's place.
Oh, great.
Yep. Yeah. Over by. I was about to say close to D1. You never heard of it?
Well, I mean, again, I'm usually there for meetings, and somebody else picks, so I haven't really gotten a chance to, set a dinner meeting and go to it myself, where I pick it.
Yeah. Nah, Pier, man, that's the spot. It's definitely the spot. I say it's the best seafood spot around here. People say juicy crab and all that, but I think Pier is the best. But another spot, good food, like it's like a hibachi style. I don't know if you like that.
Yeah.
But it's a hibachi style. It's called Mongolian Grill. It's like East Brainerd area, kind of Brainerd Road. It's like around that way. Mongolian Grill.
Yeah.
That's one of our spots too. We go in there all the time. They know us by name. We go in there so much.
That's
But yeah,
great.
them two spots right there.
Check that out. Now, what about your recruiting? What was that whole process like?
Coming out of high school.
Yeah.
High school, I mean, let me think. My junior year when I started, I was getting letters and stuff in my sophomore year. And I remember my first letter still this day. It was Arkansas. I was in 10th grade then. I played my 10th grade season. I did do something, but I felt like I didn't do too much. I got a letter from him. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Like, so I started getting like people looking at me the end of my 10th grade year, junior year. So then my first offer, it wasn't until it was after a season. It wasn't the end season. I want to say it was like either December or it was the start of that second semester, like January, February, around that time. App State offered. That was my first offer. They had offered me. And then after I got App State, Mississippi State, that's when Dan Mullen, Ty Grantham was up there. They called up and said they wanted me to come up there for like a little unofficial visit, show me around and everything. So I went up there, looked around campus and met with all of them. And they had offered me when I was there at Mississippi State. Like me and my dad went over there. So then I got Mississippi State. And then my third offer, it was crazy. Like after I got App State, I started getting offers from everybody. Missouri was my third offer. And then I had a bunch of offers. I wish I would have went and looked at more schools than I did, but I really just didn't end up going there. I was just like, I don't really want to go all over the place like that. So I looked into a few schools and I ended up at App State. They got me up there. And then that's really how I went. App State was the only school I took the official visit on too.
Just because it was closer?
Yeah, I'm not even that, man. I was weird about stuff in high school. I was just like, my dad used to have to drag me to play. Like, we about, man, this school, this is that. Let's go. We going up here this weekend. And I was just so simple minded. I'm like, man, I don't feel like going up. I don't feel like going all the way out there. This and that. Just being young and really dumb how I was. And then, so I went up there, and at this time, I was deciding between App State, Mississippi State, and Missouri. Them I was trying to decide from then. So I went up to App State, and that was the only official visit I took. So, I mean, they obviously persuaded me to get up there. So that's why I ended up there.
That's cool, man. What about after football? Let's say you've even got a long NFL career. Like, what's something else that you're like, I want to do that one day?
After football, I know I want to get in the business, like get a bunch of rental properties and all that type of stuff. Rent like houses, own my own houses, rent them out to people. So that steady income coming even along, like aside from like all the football stuff, I'll be like my earnings and everything. So I want to do that. And then I don't know really. I know that's the first thought that's in my head. Because my dad does a lot of that. He owns a construction business. So I grew up around all that type of stuff. He showed me like how he does stuff with houses, how he fix houses up, flip them, and everything like that, and just really steady income. Like aside from like his work that he does. So I always thought that was a good idea. Like just have income, and then regardless if done working forever. Like you always have income coming off of them houses. So that's something I thought about. I want to do, but I don't know. It's crazy you ask me. Though. 'Cause I feel like I
No,
got
man, I
all these
get it. Yeah.
ideas.
That's a tough question. You've been so focused on football for so long.
So forever, like that's what's crazy. Is like my last year of college football.
Yeah. Well, you'll get to keep playing. How about this? And this is something I ask everybody. Give me one great sports memory, something you'll never forget. It could be as an athlete or even as a spectator.
Sport memory. I got a lot of memories, some crazy memories, really. And I'm trying to think. My craziest memory probably, I don't know if it's craziest, and this if you didn't just ask me, I could have told you 100 memories. Now I'm just like I'm sitting here thinking locked in. But shoot, I don't want this one. This ain't the best story. But when I was in high, you remember Coke? I don't know if you remember Coke Hogan. He was quarterback, star quarterback here. You remember UTC? He went to Bradley Central. He started here 2 years ago.
I remember the name.
Yeah, so he started quarterback. It's my 10th grade year, I think. Yeah, it's my 10th grade year at high school. We just got the new defense coordinator, Corny Braswell. He's with Cincinnati. I can't think right. He's with Cincy, college Cincy. He's coaching there now, linebacker. So he just got in, so I'm new. They got me running defense. I just started starting everything. Cole throws a pick, and Cole was a dude in high school. Like, hands down, the dude. He threw a pick, and he threw it to this dude I play football at linebacker, Hunter Dugan. He's running, and he threw it, he hot. The dude run up to him, linebacker, and runs up, and he signs the football. He signs the football, and he flipped it up to Cole, quarterback, in his face. And we all just sitting there like laughing around, thinking like, he's the quarterback. As soon as he did it, Cole just charged him. He went and grabbed hold of his face mask, and they end up getting into a fight. And we all just kind of like, whoa, spectating. Like, it's the quarterback and the linebacker. We like the linebacker gonna whoop that. He finna whoop him. So they going at it or whatever. And really that changed. That's it. After that, it changed the whole like it changed everything we thought about him, because like him being a quarterback, seeing him get into a linebacker, and really it changed practice and changed the way we looked at him as a whole. Like, and that's really, I tell people all the time. I tell that story all the time because because like we'll be in practice today, like now, and I tell people, I'm like, man, I don't know, it might not be right, but sometimes you got to jack somebody up, like you want to get behind you, and like you want to hear you. Like sometimes that's what it takes, and I mean that's what it took with him. And I know we all was behind him after that. Yeah. Seeing that he went back down too much or nothing. So that's one story. But man, I got a million stories. I can't think of none now.
No, that's funny because I'm just remembering now. He obviously was such a big dude, but the summer, the training camp when Cam Newton got into a fight with the defense.
Yeah,
that was the season they went to the Super Bowl.
Man, exactly. Like you want that fire behind the quarterback, anyways. At least you want him behind everybody. But you see the quarterback got it in him, then you obviously, you definitely want to get in gear.
They're gonna fight for him too.
Yeah, no doubt, because they know he's gonna fight for them. So.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I really am looking forward to coming out and seeing just what not only you do, but the Mocs do this season. And let's definitely connect come January, see if we can help you out at D1.
No doubt. Yes, sir. We need to stay in touch for sure.
Cool. Thanks, Jay.
All right. Appreciate it, bud.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm alive. How you doing?
Good. How are things? Do you have practice today?
Yeah, we have practice today, 1:30. Yeah. Good.
Are you guys on like 6 days a week right now?
4. We get Saturday, Sunday, and then Wednesday we get off.
Okay.
So it's like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. You'll ramp it up to more days soon.
Yeah. Monday. Yeah, literally Monday. That's when it gets. Yeah, when it starts. So the real grind begins.
When does that season start for you guys?
Our first game November 6th.
Okay. I bet you are just like really ready to go after having to sit last year.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough sitting last year, but I think it helped me. I think it prepared me for being able to lead the team this year. So I think I'll be
Right
ready for it.
on. Well, Honor, Huff, talk about what that whole experience, I guess, transferring from VMI and then, unexpectedly having to sit.
Yeah. So when I entered the portal at VMI, I obviously knew that if I came to Chattanooga, I'd have to sit because I didn't know about the rule. I did. Um, Obviously, talking to a lot of different schools, you just kind of talking to my dad. It was just kind of like, okay, well, you're gonna have to sit, but in that year, what can you do in that year to enhance yourself, so that your next 3 years are, let's just say legendary. So we talked about it and just like, you got to go with the coach that gave you the opportunity out of high school, gave you the opportunity to play and start as a freshman. So it was kind of just a loyalty thing to him and just knowing that in this year off, I'll be able to get stronger, faster, just better in every aspect. So we kind of looked at it like that and not as a detriment. But in the moment, we did try to fight it. We had a lot of like text messages, calls with, people in the SoCon and organization trying to get me eligible to play, but none of them ever fell through. So I all fell through. So I had to just take that year on the chin and grow from it. Yeah.
I like that you mentioned that loyalty that you've got with the coach. How did that, I guess, what about your relationship built that so tight?
So they were recruiting me since I was a junior in high school. So just talking to Coach Earl, Coach Gofsky, the head assistant, talking to them throughout the whole year and a half process till I actually committed. Seeing their plan for me. I mean, they had a plan for me as a freshman before I even stepped on campus. So just knowing that, it was kind of, once I got in the portal, so, okay, you can be on the phone with a certain school. They might tell you, okay, yeah, Honor, you'll play this, you'll do this. But at the end of the day, there's only one coach who actually said what he was going to do. So at the end of the day, it's kind of just like you got to go where you're extremely wanted and, the outcome. And I know what the outcome is always going to be with Coach Earl. So it just was, that loyalty just built over the year and his trust in me. Like I started off my freshman year terrible. Honestly, I was playing bad, but his consistent confidence in me just helped me throughout my freshman year. So I owe him that. So definitely owe him to come here and try to win one with him at Chat.
Yeah. Real quick, I gotta say, I've never heard the name Honor. Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, my name came from my mom. She said she named me Honor. So I have to live up to something. That's what she said. So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's where it came
That's
from.
great. Well, so what can we expect from the Mocs basketball team this season?
So this year we have a group of, younger guys. We got like 4 freshmen. Obviously, I'm a sophomore technically, so we got a lot of young kids, but we have a lot of experience. College players. We got 3 grad transfers. We got 4 seniors. Obviously, we have Trey Bonham, so we have a lot of like experience, but also youth, which is good. And I think that if we can kind of put it all together, we can actually be very good and kind of shop the SoCon a little bit.
What about you specifically? Do you have any like individual goals?
So I mean, talking with Coach Earl after last season, getting into this season, it was kind of like hopefully first team all conference is a goal. We think that I can achieve. We talked about me going 50, 40, 90. So 50% from the field, 40% from 3, 90% from the line. So these are all things we just talk about for me personally and my development, just being a better leader. Obviously, I had Jake Stevens my last 2 years in college, and he kind of showed me the ropes of what it means to not only be a leader for yourself and work hard for yourself, but lead the team and show them how to be great as well. So I think that's my biggest jump this year, just kind of not being, okay, what can I do for Honor Huff, but what can Honor Huff do for the rest of the team, the Chattanooga Mocs? And I think that's the biggest thing.
What do you do specifically? Like if you have a goal of leadership, like what steps do you take to kind of reach that?
So, it starts in practice, obviously. That's where all the blood, sweat, and tears, that's where it all goes into getting prepared for the season. So obviously now this is gonna be my 3rd year under Coach Earl and the coaching staff. So I probably know the offense like the back of my head, like back of my hand. I know the offense. So being able to teach guys, get them where they need to be, show them different ways that they can score for themselves, like help themselves, but also help the team. that's where it really starts. And just, being an uplifting kind of guy, like if we're losing or if you're missing shots, it's good. Come on, let's go. Next shot. Like just being that person that they can always be like, okay, yeah, I know Honor gonna have my back no matter what. And once you do that, it cultivates everybody else to do the same thing. And that's when a well-oiled machine is formed.
Yeah, yeah. Now, how about your recruiting? What was that like? I always like to hear fun recruiting stories, maybe from a visit.
So out of high school, I was very like under recruited because COVID. I'm an undersized guard, so I'm not really a natural point guard. I'm not really a point guard. I'm more of like a combo shooting guard. So I was really under recruited out of high school. So when I got in the portal after my freshman year, it was actually kind of fun. I won't say a lot. That's kind of fun to hear from. It ranged from like low, high major to mid major. Like hearing all these schools reach out was actually a good experience, honestly. So actually, I only took one visit, and it was Chat. Chat was my only visit. I had a couple lined up. I definitely had a couple lined up. I think in the back of my head, I always knew I was gonna come to Chat just because, like I said, the loyalty thing and just knowing that after this year, Coach O put me in the best place for me personally. But I did like Davidson. I like Davidson a lot. But Loiner, I don't know if you know what that is. Frank, I think his name was like Frank Loiner or something like that. He was transferred from Michigan State. He was gonna leave, but he ended up coming back. So that kind of was just like, okay. So it really just became Chat, honestly. So, but the recruiting process was fun. Hearing from different coaches, getting the experience I didn't get out of high school was kind of fun.
Yeah. But now you just said you were undersized, but I saw that you can windmill dunk at 5'10".
Yeah. I get up there sometimes. On the right day, when my legs feeling good, I get up there, catch a little windy.
Well,
Depends on
as
the
a
day.
guy from D1, where we work specifically with athletes on this, do you actually do training to
Right.
like improve your vertical?
Yeah. So last year, that's really was the main focus because obviously I couldn't play, so I lifted six times a week. The one day was optional. Our strength coach is K-Rod. That's his name, K-Rod. So K-Rod would say, "You want to come in today or not?" That would be a Sunday. If I want to come in, I'll come in. But 6 days a week, just heavy lifting, trying to get me stronger, gain weight. I gained 14 pounds, so that was big for me. Just increasing my strength. And then in terms of my vertical, just working on not just like it's really about the power that you bring from your legs. So just doing that, different workouts like that really help my vertical to help me increase my dunk package a little bit. I will say that.
Yeah.
And then obviously in high school, I went to a prep school, so we had some of the best coaches and strength trainers. So being able to work with them in high school, really, that's when I really got my first dunk. So yeah.
Nice. It's funny we're talking about this now because actually right before I left the office today, I was we were looking at some new Vald force plates and the way that we specifically work on vertical. So they had me go through it just to like see how they do it. And it's crazy. They'll show like how much power you've got and what you need to work on. So that's
Right.
I don't know if you know who DJ Jefferson is for Tennessee Vols. He's basically the guy that when they all go up and they dunk right before the game starts, he's the guy that does it because he can jump out of the gym. And that he would come to D1 just to work on that vert and just to get more inches. So that's something I think people that they know you work on ball handling. They don't know that's the thing behind the scenes you're working on too.
Yeah, they don't know that sneaky. It sneaks up on you.
Right. So your prep school, I found it interesting as a guy that moved in high school. I found it interesting that you moved from Brooklyn to Pennsylvania when you're 15.
Yeah.
Was that a tough transition?
It wasn't as much as people probably would think. I mean, I live with my mom and my little brother and sister my whole life. So once I turned 15, she kind of was just like, okay, you're going to high school now. I think it's best you go live with your dad in Pennsylvania. So I moved there. And it really was an easy transition because, me and my dad are kind of the same, honestly, just work out. So it wasn't really a bad transition. I kind of got acclimated to that quickly. So it definitely wasn't a hard transition, I would say. And I went home often. I would go home, if not every week, every other week, I'd go back to New York. So it was an easy transition.
Yeah. So talk about what are the differences between Brooklyn and Chattanooga, Tennessee?
Yeah, I mean, New York's a big city. It's a big apple. It's where you just go. It's a vibrant little place. Like everywhere, it's chaotic. I would give you that. Chat is just so calm, ill mannered. Like I love the people though. Like when I go home, everybody's like, "How you like chat?" I tell them I love it. Like, and they think I'm joking. I'm like, I love it. Like I really do. It gives me a different perspective. I'm more chat is like big but small at the same time, and I really like that. I like that. You might know somebody here, but then you meet somebody new every day. Also in New York, it's like you see someone new every 2 seconds. So it's kind of like it's big city. That's what I'm used to. So coming it down to a little smaller town, everybody loves the basketball team. That was pretty cool. So the biggest difference is just the day to day. Honestly, in New York, take the train, public transportation is crazy. The streets flooded, but chat is just so calm and cool. I definitely love it here, though.
What's a big or what's your favorite pizza in New York?
Luigi's Pizza. I said Fort Greene. That's my favorite. Those in New York, they'll know what I'm talking about. That's my favorite pizza spot. We've been going there since I was a kid. Luigi's, yeah, that's the spot.
Yeah, I'm realizing any of my trips have probably all been in Manhattan. So
yeah, the city. That's where everybody goes to, the big city.
Yeah, but Brooklyn's changing a lot now, right? Isn't it a little like
Yeah.
gentrified and kind of hipstery?
It is. Yeah, definitely a gentrified. Where I used to live in Bed-Stuy, and now it's starting to change a little bit. We had to move out of there. I don't live there anymore, so definitely gentrifying a little bit. They're building like condos and stuff, so yeah, it's definitely changing for sure.
Yeah. Now, what about like big time basketball goals for you? Like even beyond college, what is it? What are your dreams?
My goal is to be a sports broadcaster, analyst. I don't really have any aspirations to play after college, from being honest with you. A lot of people are surprised when I say that, but yeah, I don't really have any big goals to go to the NBA or play overseas. I really just want to, it was for me and my dad. Really, what my dad instilled in me is just, I want you to get to college for free, whichever way that is. And I just chose basketball, but really, he just wanted me to just get my degree. So I think that once I get that, I'll just try to work towards, I want to argue with Stephen A. Smith. That's my goal. I just want to argue with Stephen A. Smith one time.
So I'm a broadcasting guy. I went to UT for broadcasting.
Right.
And so do you do anything in that field, like in school now?
So my major is communication. So, I take a lot of those classes. I have an internship this summer. Hopefully it's with ESPN, because my Coach Earl, has a lot of connections at ESPN. So we're trying to network that for me, start that a little bit early, so that when I get out of college, hopefully, I can find a job pretty fast. So that's the plan now. But in terms of, like maybe a podcast or something, I've been on a lot of podcasts like this, but I've never really like ran one or nothing like that. So, maybe I should start one like you. Maybe you might be my inspiration.
Yeah. Well, that was actually going to be my advice, was to do internships. A lot of times people think like, I'm not going to do it until I'm supposed to for college, but do it, because anything you have like that on your resume, and when it comes to broadcasting, the more experience you have with a mic, the better you get at it, and the more chances that you're going to get, with doors opening up, that kind of stuff. So, man, I've talked to those guys that run the sports show there in Chattanooga in the afternoons. I bet they would, open their arms to you and be glad to help. They're really, really cool guys.
I would love that for sure.
Yeah. How about NIL? So it's a weird world of NIL, but I'm curious what a guy like you and the SoCon, if any opportunities present themselves.
Here in Chattanooga, like I said, they love the basketball team. So yeah, opportunities present themselves here and there. We're not like a high major like that when it comes to it. They're not gonna offer you 6 figures. They're not gonna, I'm trying to say NIL, but they definitely, we're working towards, getting us a little bit more money. Coach Earl's doing a good job of trying to network, because like, it's relatively new, so it's not just gonna pop up tomorrow. So, the networking that they're doing right now, the school, obviously, I met you at the little meet and greet, things like that, little stuff like that, I was getting implemented for like our athletes. So I think it's growing in Chattanooga for sure. It's definitely growing.
Yeah. And I've liked getting to talk with Sam about what does she call it? The flock. So it's basically the
Yeah.
collective for the athletes. So that's a cool opportunity if that can, take off and get some stuff for you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that'd be big. I mean, she's doing a great job, honestly. Like since the summer, since really it started to like grow a little bit. She's done a great job kind of getting us opportunities and trying her hardest to kind of get us into the NIL world a little deeper. So she's done a great job. Definitely give her props.
I love that because it shouldn't just be the opportunity for the high majors.
Right. For sure.
For sure. Because you guys are still working just as hard at it. So
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's one I like to ask folks. What is your favorite like training or workout exercise?
Ooh, in terms of like on the court or
what about in the weight room?
I really like core because that's the middle of your body. That's to kind of stabilize you, your balance, everything that comes with it. Jumping, breathing, it all comes through your core. So definitely just working that out is big for me. I like, at the end of the workout, you hit a little core action at the end. Definitely, probably, I would say my favorite.
Is there a specific core like workout that you like?
Tough one. We do this thing called Russian like sit-ups. It's like you kind of have your legs down. You have like a dumbbell in your hand, and it's in the air. You got to like get up. Like it's a regular sit-up, but you're doing it with the weight. And I feel it. I definitely feel it. I mean, it helps though. So
just you demonstrating right there, I could just see how that would totally work it.
Yeah, it hurts. It's not easy, but it does the trick. It does the trick.
Yeah. So one question I do ask everyone, and I just got off with Jay Person from the football team.
Team, right? Yep.
Tell me one great sports memory for you, and it could be as a spectator or as an athlete.
My favorite sports memory. Ooh. I would say when I was in high school, I was a junior. We played a school called NMH. I don't know if you know what that is, Northfield Mount Herman. They were ranked like the third best prep school in the country. And I ended up having like 35 or something like that. And that's when my recruiting really picked up after that. So definitely that game. That was a good game for me. I think I only missed like 2 threes. So that was big for me. And then I was just receiving my first divisional offer. That was, I worked my whole life for it. So to get there was just, a dream come true. So that was probably my best sports memory, honestly, being honest with you.
Yeah. So I just did an episode with John Fulkerson, who played at Tennessee for actually 6 years. And I like hearing stories in basketball because there's a video game. I don't know if you've heard of it, NBA Jam. It's very old. But in the game, it would say you're heating up or he's heating up. And when you were heating up, you had flames on you and you couldn't miss. And it feels like basketball really can get like that sometimes when you feel like you've got the touch. I'm not going to miss today.
Yeah, definitely. You get half those times you heat check. You get some heat checks for sure.
And that was one of those games for you?
Yeah, one of those games for me. It's crazy. Actually, I had a practice last season. It was after our first scrimmage. I didn't know if we still didn't know if I'll be able to play or not. So in the scrimmage, I didn't start. I didn't start in the scrimmage. And I mean, obviously, that's fine. Like, you got to be a team player. But I was kind of mad because I knew it was because they didn't know if I could play or not. So, and I didn't play the best in the scrimmage either. I let it get to my head, not starting, like, which I shouldn't have. So we scrimmaged Eastern Kentucky, and I had a terrible scrimmage. And the next practice, I don't think I missed a shot. Like, it was a crazy practice. Like, I'm talking like to my teammates. We're going back and forth. It was like, but those are good practice sometimes when you're going back and forth. But that was a heat check for sure. I definitely had the flames on my legs, my back. I don't think I missed that day. That was a good day for me. So that's probably my best example of that. The jam game.
I'd love to talk to Hannah. I forgot her last name. Cone, maybe on the women's team. Because she had a high school game where she had 19 threes.
19 threes, yeah. She did, indeed.
That's just insane.
She claims she's a better shooter than me, but,
Who is?
I don't know
Are you
about
better
that.
shooter than her?
Am I better shooter than her? For sure. It's really not even close, but she can shoot it though. She can shoot that thing. I give you that.
I feel like
I'll give
that's
her that. She can
something.
shoot it.
I feel like that could be an NIL event. Is putting together that, or even how about Honor versus Hannah in like a game of knockout?
Honor versus Hannah. In a knockout game, yeah, she would have stood a chance.
We gotta put
I
that
let her know
together.
that. I let her know that often. I let her know that often.
Right on. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Best of luck this season, and we're gonna be following along to see how you guys do.
I appreciate it. Thank you for allowing me to be on here and speak my mind, and I'm glad I could help.